Yesterday was great. To start in Nyanga was amazing. I mean, I think everyone across the world now has probably heard about what's been happening more recently. That kind of stuff happens all the time, every year. But it really peaked in the last month or so. We've done our best to try and keep track of what's been going on. But South Africa was always going to be, or this Africa tour was always going to be fantastic. We've been looking forward to coming to visit Cape Town. Her first visit. I love this place, and again meeting the people, the energy, the fun. Again, the positivity, the optimism, and the hope in the face of such incredible adversity. There are young people and older people, men and women, trying to change what effectively has become the norm.
And you
that's
can't
what
help
needs to be
but feel
celebrated.
uplifted by seeing that yesterday. Also for both of you now, your roles as Commonwealth ambassadors, really reaching out to young people is obviously so important for you both. But what do you think is the most pressing global issue when it comes to dealing with the stigma around mental health, which still continues in so many places today?
It's just getting people to talk about it and talk to each other, right? And you see that no matter where you are in the world, if you're in a small community or a township, if you're in a big city, it's that everyone is dealing with a different version of the same thing globally. I think there's a bit of a consciousness crisis. And so the fact that we are able to be here together and see on the ground so much good work that's being done just because people are willing to talk to each other about it and someone's willing to listen is huge. And that can apply to being here, certainly can apply to being in London, LA. It doesn't matter where you are. We're all sort of trying to power through and find some optimism.
I think most of the stigmas around mental illness, right? We need to separate the two. As my wife's saying about consciousness, there's mental health, which is every single one of us, and then mental illness, which could be every single one of us. But I think they need to be separated because the mental health element touches on so much of what we're exposed to, these experiences that these kids and every single one of us has been through. Everyone has experienced trauma or will likely experience trauma at some point during their lives. We need to try and not eradicate it, but to learn from previous generations so that it's not a perpetual cycle. And I think what's amazing here is just in a day and a half, if that.
Barely.
It's
all whirlwind.
The same conversations keep happening with all sorts of different people. So they've been through it and we can learn so much.